Hey there, I'm Mike from Hatch Duo, and today we have an interesting topic that I want to talk to you guys about, which, if you didn't know, I'm a huge car guy, and this year at CES they showcased a lot of alternative fuels and EVs, which I'm very excited to talk about. So let's dive right in. Yeah, so the question here is whether or not if hydrogen fuel cells or hydrogen vehicles can be as competitive or have as much of a presence and popularity as EVs. And yes, I think so. Toyota has a strong stakeholder in the hydrogen space. Alongside that, there's other fuel cell makers like Hyundai. They have engines that are capable of big rig and large transport vehicles. And so, yeah, I think there's a strong competition between hydrogen fuel cells and EVs. It's like a battle of the vehicles. And the analogy would be like VHS and beta. It doesn't have to be that way. I don't think it's not one or the other. I think it's both when it comes to being able to replace gasoline and diesel. There's a place for both. What are some of the issues we currently facing with hydrogen fuel? One is inadequate or insufficient refueling stations. Granted, 2.5 to 3 times more fuel efficient, so you're stopping at the gas pump or at the pump fewer times, a lot less than you would with a Mirai, Toyota Mirai, for example. I think it's like 900 miles to the gallon, or 900 miles to the tank, similar to what you would get from a diesel engine, a diesel vehicle. Very fuel efficient. Now, some of the challenges when it comes to hydrogen fuel, aside from the infrastructure and availability, is the process in which hydrogen fuel is made. The one method for creating hydrogen fuel is steam methane, which generates carbon emissions. So not quite sustainable in that aspect, but there's other ways where you could basically split a water atom and get hydrogen out of it using green energy. So that's a much greener and eco-friendly way to generate hydrogen fuel. So this last part that I want to talk about is AI integration into autonomous vehicles. Hazmat materials, hazardous material waste. AI can basically plot your route for you. One, like if you're on hydrogen fuel or EV that do not allow you to carry those hazardous materials, or if you're on a certain payload, there's certain like roadway infrastructures that don't allow you, if you're like over a certain weight limit. So another aspect when it comes to enabling AI infrastructure in major metropolitan cities is we're going to see LiDAR, we're going to see AI in heavy congested streets and surface streets and roadways. What that's going to help with is, obviously it's difficult to incorporate AI into ICE or internal combustion engines that are older. It's easier when you have clean energy or EVs or alternative fuel cells. You can't always convert an old ICE into and make it efficient, right? And so what the city's doing, these major metropolitan cities are doing, are equipping traffic signals and intersections that are heavily congested during commute hours and using AI and LiDAR technology to monitor speed and be able to direct traffic to flow more freely. And the benefit to that is, anywhere from 0 miles per hour to, let's say, 15 to 20 miles per hour is when the vehicle is generating the most carbon emissions. And so if you can maintain traffic flow above a certain speed, then you're minimizing the amount of greenhouse gases that you're emitting. And these are my personal thoughts on my key takeaways at CES 2024. If you like this video, please comment below, subscribe, and like. And until next time, please join me on the next video. Let's hatch awesome.